point. Yes, what is going on, everybody? What's up, fam? What's up, dorks, dorkims, dorkers, dorkettes? How's everybody doing today? It is Wednesday. You know what that means, right? You know what that means. It is the Wednesday of WrestleMania week. And it's already like what, 2-3 days in, 4 days in, and I'm not gonna hold you. I'm trying to be active this week on the channel and all that stuff, and I guess throughout social media in some way, shape, or form. But here we are, ladies and gentlemen. I hope all of you are enjoying your Wednesday afternoon. It is 2:09 p.m. here on the East Coast. I hope right now, whether you're at work, hopefully you're on your break, lunch, what have you, whether you're at home doing whatever, hopefully you're having a good time. Hopefully you're enjoying yourself. I'm happy. Peru won yesterday. They beat Paraguay 2-0. They clinched a playoff spot. So you already know I'm pretty happy, for pretty hunky-dory, if you will. But nonetheless, this is a live installment of Around the Point Extra, if you will. Here we are going to break down and dissect and just talk about everything that is NXT Stand and Deliver 2022. This is the prediction stream. I ain't going to hold you guys. I think overall, you look at this card from top to bottom, is it the greatest card of all? No, it's not. But if you are, someone out there, right, and you're looking at this has to be for the new NXT brand, this 2.0 brand, obviously the biggest show for them. More eyeballs will be on them than there's ever been in a long time that I can think of. This is the first time they're wrestling in front of a large audience. Now, I'm not sure if they managed to sell out the building, because I know they're going to have this show at the American Airlines Center, or I think that's what they call it, in Dallas. I was there a couple of years ago. And again, for a lot of these guys, for a lot of these men and women, this is going to be a big eye opener to see, where they're at, if you will. And I think overall, again, it's going to be a fun show, I believe. This on the card itself, let's be honest, not everything's going to blow your hair back. But I do think when it's all said and done, it should be a fun show. Fun little fact, let me get this out of the way right now. I will not be watching the show live. I will be at work. But I do know that the good homies over at True Heel Heat, they'll got you covered. If you want to watch along that day, they got you covered. Speaking of which, literally yesterday, myself, Chase, Walter, Big Mike, the entire gang, we were over on the True Heel Heat YouTube channel for another installment of NX3, the live watch along, episode 51. Like I mentioned before, the whole gang was there. We were joined by Chris, Ness, Romeo. We had a fun time. We had an appearance from Gumby. Yeah, that's right. Fucking Gumby showed up. A fucking legend showed up on the show. So make sure you go check that out over on their YouTube channel. But literally, this is the menu, okay? That was part of the menu yesterday. Today, obviously, I am doing the prediction stream, like I mentioned before, for Stand and Deliver. Tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, myself, Walter, will be joined by Mr. Route from the Off the Rope show from back in the day. We'll be joined by him as we will be predicting WrestleMania. So make sure you tune in on this channel at 8 p.m. Eastern Time for the WrestleMania 38 prediction. The most stupendous WrestleMania, so they say. And of course, WrestleMania Saturday and Sunday. It's Gangamania, motherfuckers. Gangamania Night 1 watch along, Wrestle Companion. Make sure you tune in for that one on the channel. And of course, we conclude WrestleMania, Gangamania week, if you will, with the Night 2 watch along. So again, if you have not yet subscribed to the YouTube channel, what the fuck are you waiting for? Hit that bell notification, hit the thumbs up, the share, tell your mom, tell your sister, whatever the fuck it may be. I know she likes it, but it is what it is. And we're in the chat here, by the way. We got True Hero Romeo. What is up, brother? What is going on? Happy Dynamite Day. I'm just gonna listen to this in my headphones. I'm working right now. My man, keep making your bread. Keep doing you, brother. Thank you for tuning in, listening, however it is you're going through your day. Hopefully you don't get in trouble at work. Hopefully you have a way to finesse, having the AirPod on while you're at work or the cable, whatever it is. Romeo writes here, what will be the hardest match to predict for your NXT? We'll get into that. And of course, they've got at least 3,700 tickets sold of a capacity of 5,000. So they're not even using the full building. That's crazy. I guess for them, for that standard of NXT, it's a success, I guess, right? Again, they're getting them out of their comfort zone, right? They're not the Performance Center. You're competing in front of this crowd who, let's be honest, here, 9 times out of 10 doesn't even watch this new NXT, because a lot of people have like this type of disdain about this new NXT, which it is what it is. You can't change that. But I do think when it's all said and done, I do think that this show will be a hit when it's all, in my humble opinion. But we'll get into that later on and all that stuff. So let's get into predictions. If you guys want to give me your predictions, feel free to do so in the chat. If you want to give me a question, by all means, let's do it. Why the fuck not? Also, I'll let you guys know as well, real quick. I know I'm stalling. I know it's me, guys. What the fuck do you expect? Let you guys know, if you guys want to show some love to the show, hit up our super chat over on Streamlabs. Leave a donation of your choice. It'll be so appreciated at the end of the day. All right. And this will also be available, by the way, on our podcasting platforms of Apple Podcast and Spotify. So if you're there, please hit the 5-star rating. It does help out the show in the long run. We also have the Discord server, and you can follow me on all social media at HeelSteven. So without further ado, if you will, let's get into prediction. Let's get into this, shall we? Let's start off with the ladies. Show some love to the ladies of NXT 2.0. We have Gigi Dolan and JC Jane defending the NXT Women's Tag Team Championships against the reuniting amigas, friends of Raquel Gonzalez and Dakota Kai. Now, I know what a lot of you are thinking right now. I know what a lot of you are probably saying to yourselves right now, but wait a minute. Dakota Kai and Raquel Gonzalez, they didn't win the Women's Dusty Classic. They didn't win, right? It was Kylie Ray, whatever the fuck you want to call her, and Io Shirai. Io Shirai, I'm surprised she did not get released yet or anything like that. It's them two. They won, right? They should be the ones challenging for the championships. But no, for whatever reason, Io Shirai and Kylie Ray decided to, instead of getting themselves a tag team title match, to use, I guess, the right for a title match on the show to challenge Mandy Rose, which we'll get into in a little bit. Like, to me, honestly, it makes no fucking sense at all. I get, hey, we gotta get in some way, shape, or form, Gigi Dolan and JC Jane to defend their titles on the show. Again, you're not going to do a whole fucking tournament and that be the payoff, and then they don't even compete. There were reports, I'm not sure if it's correct or wrong, but there were reports out there that Gigi Dolan was hurt. And I guess now, from the looks of it, she's good to go. But to me, it just makes no fucking sense, like I just mentioned a couple seconds ago. I'll be honest with you guys, when I look at Toxic Attraction as a trio, it's beautiful to watch, right? Let's be honest here. You watching NXT 2.0 on a Tuesday night. You watch the three Mamacitas show up, right? All of them draped in their titles. It's beautiful to see. But then the bell rings, it's like, all right. That being said, For one, I do enjoy Toxic Attraction for what it's worth. I don't think it's time to really drop the titles on the ladies. That's just me, of course. I do think, if the way things are going right now, you're not gonna have the entire faction, lose all their belts. You're not gonna do that. So here I'm gonna predict that Gigi Dolan and JC Jane retain their titles. I think it'll be a good little match. People will be into it. We know that Raquel and Dakota Kai won last year's Dusty Classic and they were crowned the tag team titles. And then they lost it literally on the first fucking day to Shotzi and Ember Moon, or Athena now, because she's not even fucking there. But again, the pairing, they just reunited on Tuesday like it's nothing. Like it was fucking nothing. They stood in the ring. They embraced. Last time I checked, Dakota Kai was teaming up with the sleeping beauty over there. I don't fucking, again, Wendy Choo, whatever. But the point of the matter is, it just makes no fucking sense, people. I'm sorry. So there's that. And still your women's tag team champions, and Gigi Dolan, Adios Mio, and JC Jane. What a beautiful thing to see, but it is what it is. From there, we go on to what I think will be that holy shit match, if you will. The match I think people will go crazy for, because when you think of the history of the North American Championship, right, in NXT, the beginning of it started with a ladder match. And we know how great that ladder match was, right? A couple years ago in New Orleans, right? It had Adam Cole, it had Ricochet, it had EC3, it had Lars Sullivan, it had that other guy who we can't say, Dream, if you will, to name a few. And it was this amazing match for what it was worth. And I expect these guys in this match to deliver. I'm not saying to that same, standard, but at least be there. You know what I mean? Make those men, I guess, the history of that title and all that stuff proud. When I'm talking about the North American Championship ladder match happening at Stand and Deliver, Carmelo Hayes defending the championship against, as you see there on the graphic, Grayson Waller, Santos Escobar, Solo Sikoa, and added last night Cameron Grimes, who originally lost in his qualifying match. He lost. And what they did was they had all the losers of their respective match. So you think about it, right? Cameron Grimes lost to Santos Escobar. Solo Sikoa beat Roderick Strong. So Roddy lost to Solo Sikoa, and A-Kid lost to Grayson Waller. So what they did was had all the losers in a match yesterday to get the final spot, and it was given to Cameron Grimes. Now, I'm just gonna say this right now. I am enjoying what with Carmelo Hayes is doing with the title. I am enjoying his line of work in NXT 2.0. You could easily say, hey, my man's set to go to the main roster. If it was up to them right now, let's be honest here. Again, yeah, we don't trust the main roster. We don't trust creative. But I think he's someone that will shine. I do think, if if Braun Breaker were to be on his way out, because it's coming, right? It's happening. And I knew people were going to say Gunther, Walter will take over the brand and all that stuff. But I think there's an argument for someone like a Carmelo Hayes. I think him and Trick William, the pairing is amazing. You should not break those two up by no means at all. They should not be breaking up right now. Keep those two guys together forever. But you look at this match, I expect carnage. I expect some crazy move off the ladder, all that stuff, right? That being said, too, I look at this match, and yes, there's this video packet that they played for Cameron Grimes, who's been there for a long time. He, made a promise to his father who passed away that he was going to be something in NXT, and he's nothing. Even though he's got all this shitload of money and all that stuff, and here he is now, and it's like, what happened? He lost to Santos Escobar, and it seemed like there was no way he was going to be involved on the show. And he said on Tuesday, literally yesterday, that the match last night was going to be the most important match of his life, of his career, and he won. So the way this is going, I feel like we're going to see a new champion in Cameron Grimes to the moon. And it'll be a good moment. The crowd will embrace it, go crazy about it. But I think when it's all said and done, it's going to be and new champion and Cameron Grimes. And you know what? You could even do a program if you want coming out of this between Cameron Grimes and Grayson Waller, if you will. But I think with Carmelo Hayes, you move him up to that world title, to the NXT championship scene. That's my humble opinion. If the plan is, again, if the way they're going with things, and I'll get into that later on in this prediction, in this stream, if you will. But that's what I see happening here. From there, we go on to the next match. We go to Tommaso Ciampa versus Tony D'Angelo. Now, if you watched last night on NXT, they referenced that this will definitely be Ciampa's final match on NXT, on the brand itself. He cut this promo. He had a chair with his start date and his end date. And when you look on it right now, when you look at it, it should be a fun match. I actually do like Tony D'Angelo. All the characters that they put out there for us to see on 2.0, guys like Tony D'Angelo, Cameron Grimes, Braun Breaker, that's the class right now of this. That's the first class of this 2.0 brand, if you will. And they put out there, and I sort of enjoy watching, to say the least, right? And for Tony D'Angelo right now, this is a big time match. You're wrestling Ciampa, a former champion, one of the, I guess, goats of NXT, one of the guys you put on your Mount Rushmore of the NXT brand. And with the news is, hey, this will be his final match, I think Ciampa is going to do the honors on the way out. It should be a fun match all you want, but I think is going to be, Tony D'Angelo getting the win, and Ciampa's on his way probably to the main roster, probably to Monday Night Raw. I know a lot of people were angry when they changed his music. I know he made some appearances on Monday Night Raw. He made some appearances on Main Event. I know they changed Pete Dunne's name to Butch. You can only imagine what they're going to fucking change Ciampa's name to. And they're even going to repackage him and all that stuff. We shall see. But I do think, though, Ciampa is probably going to be on his way up, probably the Raw after Mania or SmackDown after Mania. Honestly, I'll put him on Monday Night Raw if the way things are going right now. But I do see Tony D'Angelo, Tony D, if you will, getting the win. And there's that. And Ciampa goes off into the sunset to a standing ovation, right? He'll have his moment. He'll be kind of fucked up if they don't give him his fucking moment. That's just me, of course. From there, we go on to LA Knight. I almost called him Eli Drake. I don't know why, but I almost did. Versus Gunther, Walter, whatever the fuck you want to call him. Now, I did see the match that Gunther had a couple of weeks ago against Duke Hudson, and he chopped the fuck out of Duke Hudson. Literally chopped the fuck out of him. I'll be honest, this match kind of feels out of nowhere. I mean, the program here is a couple of weeks ago, LA Knight had a NXT championship match against Dolph Ziggler, and Gunther felt some type of way about it, and LA Knight telling Walter, I'm just call him Walter, okay? I'm sorry. I'm just going to call him Walter for the sake of the stream, okay? He told Walter, hey, listen, you're good and all, but you don't have the personality. You don't have charisma that you need to make it, right? And that's what it started from. And I'm gonna be honest, it should be a fun match. Just kind of feels random as fuck. Holy crap, we're getting Walter versus Eli Drake, something I thought would have never seen. Really, to be honest here. I want to believe that just like Ciampa, LA Knight needs to be on the main roster already. I think this is probably because let's be real about it. LA Knight wins here, then what? Seriously, then what? What happens from here? I think he's on his way up. Honestly, him on SmackDown, put him on SmackDown. Put him on fucking SmackDown. His mic skills are amazing. He's a good baby face, but he's a better heel, in my humble opinion. That being said, I already said this already. Gunther's probably getting this W. He's probably next in line for the NXT championship, but we shall see. But that's my prediction. Again, it should be a fun match. The crowd will probably eat this up. It's probably one of those like dark horse matches on the show when you look back on this, right? From there, we go to the fatal four-way match. Fatal four-way, right? Because I don't know why it's just now a fucking fatal four-way. I have no clue why, but it is. It's now a fucking fatal four-way for the NXT Women's Championship. Mandy Rose, gosh, she's beautiful, defending her championship against not only Cora Jade, who was her original opponent, but now she's defending that title against the winners of the Women's Dusty Classic. Can we just now, at this point in juncture, disband the Women's Dusty Classic? Can we just do that? I know it's very unpopular to say, but let's be honest here. They did a complete disservice to the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic this year. They did. I don't want to hear it. They did. And I know, hey, Cody's on his way back. Cody's on his way in. So it'd be kind of fucked up if we discontinue it and all that stuff. But the women don't need it. I'm sorry. They don't fucking need the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic. All right. But Io Shirai and Kaylee Ray, they were a makeshift team because Io's partner got hurt. And they won the tournament, but now they're like, fuck this. We're not going to go for the tag title. We're going to go for the women's title. And let's be honest here, right? I know on television, Cora Jade did all these like tactics, right? Did all these tactics, to get her revenge on Toxic Attraction. Reading the comments here as well. I won't get in trouble. As long as the work gets done, I'm good. That's what's up, brother. Brandon, do you think it will be Shane, not Cody, versus Seth? Brandon, do me a solid, brother. Tune in tomorrow at 8 p.m. 8 p.m. tomorrow for the prediction stream. Tune in tomorrow for that. That's where I'll give my thoughts on that. Tomorrow, 8 p.m., myself, Walter, will be joined by Mr. Route from the old Off the Rope show. We'll be joined by him. We'll be predicting WrestleMania. We'll give our thoughts on all this stuff, including apparently Shane McMahon being brought back. So make sure you tune in for that tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern time on this channel. So, listen, I know, like I mentioned before, Cora Jade did all these tactics to get her revenge back on Toxic Attraction because remember, they cost Cora Jade and Raquel Gonzalez the Dusty Classic, right? So Cora Jade wanted her revenge. And she did all these tactics, these like Home Alone type of tactics and shit, and it didn't get work on Mandy Rose, and she got herself a title match out of it. Now, I know a lot of you may think Cora Jade is this cute little girl, and she is. She's beautiful, okay? She's cute, if you will, but she could be like your sister's best friend almost, if you will. That being said, she's not ready. She is not ready to be challenging for a championship at this stage of the game, especially on a WrestleMania weekend card. No, especially in front of a large audience, probably the biggest audience that they've wrestled in front of. I'm talking about the NXT 2.0 people. I'm not talking about Mandy Rose or Kylie Ray or Io, because they've been around the block. They know the vibe already. But for someone like Cora Jade, let's be honest here, she's not ready. And by adding the likes of a Kylie Ray or Kaylee Ray, whatever the fuck you want to call her, and Io Shirai, it gives you a different type of element, if you will. Give you that oomph, if you will, that you need. You know, I don't think Cora Jade should be even touching that title right now, if you will. That being said, you know, again, Mandy Rose, like I said before, with Toxic Attraction, I enjoy watching them. The trio, right? JC Jane, Gigi Dolan, Mandy Rose, right? When they show on TV, I gotta see this. Because all three women are beautiful. Oh my God. Holy shit, they're fucking gorgeous. Right? With their titles, the name itself, Toxic Attraction. And you know, I said this earlier, you know, I said this in the women's tag team title match, you know, to me, they're retaining their titles, I feel like. With that being said, because you want to at least keep members of the faction looking strong. With Mandy Rose here, I don't think Mandy's retaining the title here. I think Mandy, if you notice on TV, has escaped certain situations. She's like overcame some adversity, but I think now the time is up. Io already held the belt. Io at this point, you know, what does it even mean for even win that belt now? What does it mean? Nothing. Cora Jade isn't ready. Let's be clear on that again. I think we get a new champion in Kylie Ray. Kylie Ray, whatever you want to call her. She becomes the new champion here. And we continue the program. And I think what this does is it continues Mandy Rose and Kaylee Ray and all that stuff. So we'll see where that goes. But I do see us having a new champion at the end of the day. Cora Jade is cute, but she's still green. She needs more seasoning. Absolutely, Chief. Thank you for getting the vibe. It was good, brother. All right. This takeover probably going to be 3 out of 5, but NXT proved me wrong before. OTS going to be long. OTS going to be long Sunday before OTS. Okay. Going to be a long Saturday. I'm sorry. I thought it was Sunday. Yeah, it is, dude. It is. Mind you, I'm not even watching the show live because I'll be at work. When I come back home from work, I got it set up for Gangamania, the watch along, if you will. But regardless, I do think, though, that we do get a new champion in Kaylee Ray. Kylie, whatever the fuck you want to call her. It's okay. My fault, brother. I bet. From there, we go on to, I guess, the co-main event for the NXT Tag Team Championships, right? We have Imperium defending against MSK and the Creed Brothers. Now, this is where things take a little twist, if you will. I don't know if you guys heard or not, but let me get my shit back. Here we go. This is where things take a little twist. I don't know if you guys heard this or not, but Nash Carter is in a little bit of trouble. I don't know if you guys heard. Kimberly, his wife, posted on Twitter, did the old tweet and delete regarding her health and abuse, and had a lot to do with Nash Carter. Now, for those of you that have been booing MSK for the last couple of months or so, this just adds more ammunition, more fuel to the fire. You know, if you noticed last night on TV in that 8-man tag, right? He took the pinfall. He ate the pin. You know, any thoughts of him? And again, listen, we don't know the main details. We don't know it because we're not there. Keep that in mind too. But the way this is going, I'll be honest here, you know, it should be a fun fucking match. I think these three teams are going to go out there and tear the house down. I think this can also be that match that could steal the show, if you will. Now, if you remember, the Creed brothers did win the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic. They were supposed to get a tag team title match against the against Imperium, but they got ambushed. They got attacked. And MSK took their spot. And all this commotion, all this mayhem, which now leads to, if you notice now, a triple threat tag team title match. Like I mentioned before, it's going to be a fucking crazy match. I get that vibe. All right. The Creed brothers have always delivered, no pun intended. So have MSK, so has Imperium. MSK have already held the titles, and according, and again, if the reports are true of what they're saying about what's been going on and all that stuff, I don't see it happening. Imperium, I feel like they've held the belts already as well, so it's like now whatever. The Creed brothers, who won the Dusty Classic, they didn't get their opportunities to get a one-on-one match. I think they get the job done here. And I mentioned before, with Toxic Attraction, you want to at least have members of the faction look strong so the faction can be serious here, can be taken serious. I say the same thing here for Diamond Mine. Roddy's the leader, but he's not even doing shit right now. Think about this, right? A WrestleMania weekend show for NXT, and there's no Roderick Strong? Let that marinate for a second. So in a way, you want to show, hey, Diamond Mine ain't no fucking joke. You want to show that, hey, they're serious. Have them win the tag titles. I'm all for it. So there's that. And I do think Nash Carter eats the pinfall again. So there's that. Now we go on to the main event of the evening. We get Dolph Ziggler, NXT champion, defending the NXT championship versus Braun. Don't call me Breaker. Don't call him Steiner. Call me Steiner Breaker, if you will. Now, it's crazy. If you would have told me, a couple of weeks ago that Dolph Ziggler would be the NXT champion, I would have not believed you. No cap. I would have not believed you. That being said, I like the role that Dolph Ziggler's in right now. My man's getting the fucking bag just to be on fucking NXT. And you bring Bobby Roode with you. Hey, bring your friend with you. Let him have some shine too. It's like 2013 all over again. Holy shit. However, I did enjoy that video package that they put for Dolph Ziggler literally yesterday. Taking back from his time as a caddy with Chavo and all that shit. He was a member of Spirit Squad many, many years ago. He's won all these titles over the years. He's literally, has been doing the damn thing for a minute. Let me just say that right now. And here he is now, I guess, his second chance at life, if you will, his second opportunity, if you will, competing on this stage, right? WrestleMania weekend, NXT. You're going in as the NXT champion, but you're doing it because you're gonna serve a purpose. You're gonna make Braun Breaker look like a fucking $1,000,000 here. I think with Braun Breaker, I said this before, that kid is gonna be a fucking star. The coronation is coming. And I know for a lot of people, it may seem like I'm on the dude's nuts right now. Not the case. I just think the kid's amazing. I think the kid has an opportunity to be a huge star for WWE. Again, that is if he doesn't do anything stupid, plays the game right. No pun intended. And how fitting, hey, look, his dad and his uncle are going into the Hall of Fame the fucking day before, right? You don't think that, hey, Rick Steiner might not get involved here in some way, shape, or form? I think, again, it should be a fun match. The most eyeballs that there's been on Braun Breaker. Obviously, again, it's a WrestleMania weekend crowd and all that shit. And I think someone like Dolph Ziggler is going to make Braun Breaker look like $1,000,000 out there. Again, I feel like for a lot of these guys at NXT are green. So you do need some of these veterans from the main roster to help elevate these guys, get them ready. And that's what Dolph is going to do. That being said, I see Braun Breaker winning the NXT championship once again. It's going to be a big fucking moment, right, in Dallas. Confetti, the fireworks, Rick Steiner, Scott Steiner in the ring. I hope they eventually call him Steiner, but we don't fucking know, if you will. Solid card. The only match I was down about was Cora Mandy, but they added, so it should be now passable. Exactly, Romeo. You know the vibe, Romeo. You know the fucking vibe, bro. You know what it is, man. You know what it is. So there's that. I do think, again, it's going to be a fun show for what it's worth. Like I said, like I mentioned early in the day or throughout the stream, I will not be watching Stand and Deliver live like everyone else. I'll be at work that Saturday morning into the afternoon. I don't get off till 4 p.m. on Saturday. From there, I have to literally rush home, get a little nap in, right? Give me a little nap in, and then get ready for, like I mentioned before, in case you guys don't know, I got to get ready for night one of Gangamania, the live Wrestle Companion for night one. Now, I know people are going to be saying, why is Cody in the thumbnail, man? Because the possibility wrestling might have more than one royal family on Saturday night. And then night two's on Sunday. By the way, night one and night two of Gangamania Wrestle Companion, the watch-alongs, we'll go live at 7:45 p.m. because WrestleMania starts at 8 p.m. So we're going to go live at 7:45 p.m. on both time for both watch-alongs. Tomorrow, your boy and Walter goes live with Mr. Ralph from OTRS to preview and predict WrestleMania 38. So make sure you guys tune in for that. Make sure you guys hit the bell icon. If you have not yet checked out NX3 episode 51, all of us in the gang were joined by the awesome people over at True Heel Heat. I want to thank the fine folks over there for allowing the entire gang to be there. We had a fun time. Myself, Walter, Big Mike, Chase Oliver. We even had an appearance from the legend himself, future Hall of Famer Gumby. Did some dance moves, and all that fun stuff. It was fun as we watched along to last night's NXT. So again, if you have not yet checked them out and all that stuff, go check them out. Hit the subscribe button on their channel as well. And that's gonna be basically it for me, man. That's gonna be basically it for me. It's getting, I'm trying to make this short and sweet because again, it is a long week. All right, your boy's going to be active. I started yesterday. I might be doing something on Friday over on the True Heel Heat channel, watching something with them. I don't know what it is yet. I got to get back in touch with Romeo to see what's going to be going down. But again, guys, thank you all for tuning in today and this wonderful afternoon. I hope all of you enjoy yourselves and all that stuff. Enjoy Dynamite tonight for what it's worth. Enjoy it. But again, if you are new to the YouTube channel, please, oh please, hit that subscribe button down below. Hit the bell notification. Be notified when we go live every single time and we upload. In case you guys didn't check out also, the latest episode of Around the Point from this past Sunday is on YouTube. We gave our thoughts on Triple H retiring, and you saw, if you watched, the many faces of Chase Oliver. So make sure, again, if you have not checked that out, go give it a listen. All right. But that being said, guys, I'm wrapping up. You can check me out on all social media at Heel Steven. You can check out this episode and all other episodes of Around the Point on the audio platforms of Spotify and Apple Podcast. Please give us the 5-star rating on both platforms. It does help out the show in the long run. We also have a Discord server. So again, feel free to join there, join the chat and all that stuff over on the Discord server. Links also in the description box below. And that's going to be it for me, guys. You guys have been awesome as always. And with that being said, guys, take it easy, enjoy yourselves, and be ready for NXT Stand and Deliver. I'm playing the music, and Dorks, we are out of here. Peace out, y'all.
Ladies and gentlemen, we The point.